Hello, everybody. It's Bomgiizhik from the Great Lakes, and I hope that you're well and that you're safe and that your family is doing well too. And so many prayers and blessings to those that are not feeling good. May this pass and that everybody gets a speedy recovery. I had some requests recently about talking about star people and what are they? What's the deal? All of that sort of stuff. And so I thought, maybe I'll talk about it and see what happens. And so the information that I want to share with you is not my information. This is something that I was told growing up years ago. And the old people always said that there's star people that are living amongst us already, that they're here, and that they look different, and you can pick them out in a crowd. I was told that. I was told that the star people have always been here, and that they're part of the existence here on Earth, that sometimes they live in the sacred lodge here on Earth. Of course, many of us believe that we come from the stars, that we are ourselves star people too, and that's where we come from. And so I remember, I'm going to tell you a story that I was told by my great uncle, who was, he must have been almost 100 years old when he told me this story. He was a World War I and a World War II veteran. And this is what he told me. And a lot of the family believes these stories because those old people said that old people told them. And this is what he told me. He said, he says in the future, he says the star people are going to come down to the earth. He said there's going to be a big war that's going to happen. And people are going to be fighting over water. And that the native people are going to be, people are going to want to destroy them. But they're not going to be able to, he said. Because at that time, we're going to be making offerings to the sky. And we're going to be inviting the star people to come down and join us and make the world better. And that they're going to come down and the world will become a better place. And they said that this is going to happen. And that before it happens, we're going to see a big light in the sky. Like a comet, I guess. And that's when the world is going to change. And they said that the star people are going to help. They're going to help. They're helpers. And that when we ask for their help, they're going to come. And that the big weapons that are going to be used during this war won't be able to phase the power of these star people. And that the star people, when they come down, they're going to take some of us up back to where we come from, is what I was told. And so I know a lot of elders today that are, they say that the reason why they're growing to be so old is because they're waiting for this to happen. And so in the Ojibwe culture, that's what many of our people believe, is that the star people are coming, and that it was prophesized and that it was foretold long ago that they were going to come and help us during a very hard time of war. And I believe that, because why would those old people lie? And, as Anishinaabe people, we already have so many allegiances with star people already. Like we have a very special spirit, that we call Niganene, which leads us from this world out into the next world. And then we have Nukamis, who's a very spiritual star being that lives at the crutch of a path, the stars, before we go to the Milky Way. We also have Tubayabus, who's a very spiritual being, Nanabuju's brother, that lives in the Milky Way and assists people to the spirit world where we go. And so they always said that there's many different worlds, spirit worlds out there, and that they're not all the same. And that's what I was told. And so I always believe that, one day this earth will be better, because that's what I was told. And that the animals will also make petitions to the star people. Because the animals have a very sacred allegiance with the stars. When you look up at the stars and you see the constellations, you see all those animals up there. They adopted each other and their family. And so when you look up at those stars, those are sacred sites, those animals. And so make no mistake, it's not only us as Anishinaabe people that will be making those petitions, but the animals will be making them too. And all of the living things on earth are going to be making petitions so that this world could become a better place. And that's what I was told. And this story goes back in my family for, hundreds of years. And so I really think that, I hold on to the belief that they're real. My mother, when she was a young mom, she had this, they were living in this little shack. And all of a sudden, she could hear this humming noise. And this noise came and it started to shake the little shack. Started to shake. She got scared. She looked outside. It was nighttime. It was just like daylight out there, like great big floodlights that just completely lighted up the whole area. And she looked outside and there's a great big light hovering above the shack. So she ran inside and she covered me up. Don't take my baby. Don't take my baby. Take me, but don't take my baby. And all of a sudden that thing, it just shot off quickly and it disappeared into the forest. And so I believe that, and she wouldn't lie about that. And I believe that happened. And so I've always grew up with the belief that there's something else out there. There is something else out there. It's impossible for something not to be out there. Like the galaxy is so huge, but in our ways, in our spirituality, we believe that the sky is filled with spirit, and that there's many spirit worlds out there, and that there's a great mystery about it all. But make no mistake, one day they'll come here, and there's lots of pictographs, there's lots of scrolls, there's lots of old stories about them coming down and helping us. And so I hold on to that. I believe that right now, this very sacred time that we're in is a very sacred time because the two-legged are trying to destroy everything. And we have a huge responsibility to hold on to our spirituality, to hang on to our stories, to hang on to those very ancient wisdoms that were left to us. They're like bundles of knowledge. And these stories are a part of that. And so sometimes it's hard to believe, in today's world that star people are going to come here and help save everything. But that's what I was told. And that, maybe some of us will get picked up and brought back to where we come from in the stars. And so I just wanted to share that with you. There was a rock found where I live. And on that rock, there was pictures of spaceships that was found on that rock. And the rock is old. It was done in Anishinaabe Moan Mazaninan. It was done through the drawings of our people. And so, keep believing. Just don't believe in people. Believe in all sorts of things. And all over the world, there's different spiritual ideas and there's different beliefs. And, I think that when you put them all together, it makes the beautiful puzzle come to life. And so I always respect other people's ideas and their thoughts and their stories. But we were told that this life here on Earth is covered with beautiful star medicine. In our creation story, a young lady fell from the moon and landed in the waters here. And when she landed in the waters, she had a medicine bag, and that medicine bag opened up, and all of her star medicine scattered all over the waters. And they say that, these little creatures, they call them Manadush. They go around and they collect that star medicine, they put it on their back. And when those little animals die, that medicine on their back washes up onto the shore. And those are the shells. And so those shells are star medicine. And that's why our people used them so much and they believed them so much, because they're very sacred. And those shells, they hold all of our laws and all of our understandings from the very depths of the water all the way up into the stars. All of our laws are coded in those shells. And I remember this beautiful elder. She told me that one time her grandmother gave her some shells, just a couple of them, and she put them in a jar. And she left them there for years. And then she went back to go check up on them. And that jar was just almost filled with shells. Those two shells, they started to have babies with each other. And they had a whole bunch of children. And that jar filled up with those shells. And so those shells are very sacred to us. And I always think, there's so much power and there's so much medicine in a shell. So wear them, adorn yourself with them. Decorate yourself with the sacred that hangs in the sky. That's what we do when we put our shells on. And so I just wanted to say that. And, I take this very serious. This is something that I really believe, because it's what the old people said. And so I just wanted to share that with you. And there's so much cool stuff to be told about the stars and all of that. And hopefully one day we'll be able to do that. I know I have a star thing to do in a couple of weeks somewhere. But I'll post that link, and I'll be talking about stars and things for a couple hours. So hopefully you can join in. So thank you very much. And it was nice talking to you. And be a believer. The world needs believers. We have enough people in this world that don't believe in nothing, but just buggering everything up. So be a believer of hope and faith and star people, because they're coming. And, make sure that you wash your hair, brush your teeth, wash your face in the morning, man. If they come here and they see you all grubby, that wouldn't be too cool. Put on some good clothes, take care of yourself. Okay. Talk to you later. Mama P.